So as you can hold by Koreans. So but this is in Paris. It's a different ball game. This is the set system, so you don't build up a lead. You start from 0 at every set, and you've got to win that set to build up your lead to 6 set points to progress through to the next round. So it's a archery really does test the mind. It really does test the mind. It may not look as physical as other sports, but mentally it is like a penalty shootout in football for every single arrow. And everyone around you is seeing what you're doing. They can see what score you've got. There's no hiding it.
Oh, you're out there all by yourself. You're all alone out there on that stage. The
Everyone
spotlight is on you, and the cameras are on you. They're on Dai Xiaoxang right now from China, another young archer. 23 years old, ranked 4th in the world, 8th in the World Cup rankings, and basically punched his ticket for Paris by winning the gold medal in Medellin. Down in Colombia at stage number 3. He was also in London last summer and upset second seed Kim Buberman, who you just mentioned, at the Olympics in London, and went on to win the bronze medal, which was his country's first individual men's medal at the Summer Games. And now he faces Lee Seungyun, 18 years old, from Korea.
I don't know much about him. He's burst on the scene, and he's burst on the scene very well. I mean, he won in Poland. A different way to enter the bow. You think it's a high draw, but it's not. Oh, oof! A 7. He wasn't happy with that.
Not the start he wanted. No. And Dai Xiaoxang, when he gets on this stage, he's one of those people who really performs at the highest level.
Yes, I do love the way he shoots. He's got a lovely technique. He's very solid. So, there we go. Normal.
The correction has been made.
Yes, normal service resumes. But I do like the way he shoots. He's solid on the face there.
Back-to-back bullseyes for Dai Xiaoxang.
It's a nice group forming there.
Very deliberate.
Yeah, side anchor point. A little bit low there. So he might have to correct his sight there just to lift the group up.
So Lee Seungyun, who defeated Khairul Anwar Mohammed this morning in the quarterfinals, will drop this first set to Dai Xiaoxang, who goes 10-10-10.
Fantastic response.
Great shooting in this first set. Let me ask you, Chris. Chris Marsh, along with Carl Arke, providing the live coverage, along with World Archery, I might add, here on this Sunday in Paris. The flat lighting that we've had all day, and it's really flat right now, is that does that help? Would you prefer that when you're standing at that shooting line?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is perfect conditions. I mean, we like our blue sky, we like the sun to be out, but the temperature is perfect, so you're not sweating, so your hands won't get blisters, and nothing slides along your neck when you come into anchor. Absolutely. And
there's enough other distractions.
Yes, but the light, yeah, it's nothing too bright. The sun's not in your eyes or burning on the back of your neck. Nothing's reflecting. We've got water here. We did worry when we came here, is if you've got a blue sky and the sun beats down on the water that you see here, is that going to bounce up and reflect into the athlete's eyes, which did happen in Copenhagen on the familiarization day, but thankfully on the day of competition, which was the first time we shot over water, we had a cloudy day, so it was by the grace of God, we were able to have our competition. So we're back into
another tough start for Lee Seungyun. First year on the national team for Korea. Had 5 medals this summer. And Dai Xiaoxang, he's been around the block before. And it shows the experience paying off as he took the first set, takes control of the second set.
4th consecutive 10 there. This is really unusual for Mr. Lee. He's left, right. He could be panicking here, if I dare say that. He can't see it by his face, but he's struggling.
And the first time outside the 10 ring for Dai Xiaoxang.
So he tweaks his sight there just to bring the group back into center. Okay, so he's in line, but it's still a low 9.
So the young man making his first World Cup final appearance, struggling, and will drop that second set. As Dai is back inside that 10 ring.
That's a 59 out of a possible 60. So Mr. Lee here, he's in a bit of an awkward situation, and this is where it starts to play on your mind, because he's not got a lot of confidence right now, so every time he pulls back that string, he's probably not sure where it's going to go.
There's got to be a million thoughts racing through his mind.
Oh, completely. You're losing your confidence here on your technique, because every time you're not hitting that 10, your opponent's getting away from you. And he's got to try and get into this match. He's got to open up his account and slow things down to try and lead into the match, and then eventually lead it and hopefully win. But Dai is with a 59 out of a possible 60. It looks like Dai is in a hurry to get to the final.
The thing about it is, if you're Lee Seungyun, you cannot get it back all at once. You have to focus on just this arrow, this set.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you've just got to take it at 1 arrow at a time. You can't think about, oh, I'm behind by this much, or it's got to be a 10. You've just got to go with the technique that you've rehearsed many, many times. Brilliant.
There it is.
That's really good strength there of the mind to be able to go for your shot, because you wouldn't have had a lot of confidence there. Good response from Dai.
Right on the line, so it will count as a 10.
Yeah, that looked in to me, to be honest.
I'd say it will. They'll still have to decide.
Of course.
We'll leave that in the hands of the judges.
They're the officials. But again, low. The 10 is the highest score he's had.
And he looks as confused as anybody out here. Meanwhile, Dai continues to shoot consistently. So there it is.
It did look as though he was trying to see his arrow flight there. You shouldn't watch your arrow, by the way, when it's flying down the range, and you are able to, but you should just focus on the 10 and expect to see the arrow come in your vision of the 10, which Dai certainly did there. But I think with Mr. Lee being a little bit lacking in confidence, he's wanting to see where his arrow was flying, and is it going to hit the 10? So we could have a draw here. But Mr. Lee did a good, of what you have to do there is try and slow things down. He opened up with a 29.
What do you say, Chris?
That looks like a 10 to me.
That looks like a 10 to me.
It does. But I'm not, I'm sitting.
That's above our pay grade, though, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not our job.
I'm 90 meters away from the target, so the judges will be there with their magnifying glasses to determine what that arrow value is. I have to say, the slow motion footage is just beautiful. You can see how the bows, how the recurve, the limbs are all reacting, sending the arrow out of the bow.
And how the arrow reacts.
Yes, everyone thinks it's straight, but it flies like a fish swims.
Sure. And it's on a trajectory for those new to the sport. It is absolutely beautiful to watch it in slow motion, in flight.
So Dai leads by 5 set points to 1.
Very close. Too close to call, I think.
Yeah. The announcer's done it as a 9, so okay.
Leaves no doubt. No room for any doubt with that shot by Dai Xiaoxang.
Dai must be really pleased with himself here. He better save some 10s for the final.
So Lee Seungyun.
He's turned it around very well. I mean, considering he was opening up with 8s and a 7, now he's shooting like 10s and 9s. He really turned it around very well. Ooh. That went off a bit too quick for him there. Dare I say, maybe getting a little bit overconfident.
Great concentration. Great concentration by Mr. Lee.
Definitely a 27, could be a 30. So Dai definitely needs a 10 here. Ooh, no, that was
not even close.
That was surprising.
Way off target.
He collapsed on that shot.
That was in the next country.
Yes.
I think that landed in Luxembourg.
Yes. That was quite surprising to see him do that, because the match was in his grasp. There was not really much pressure there. I don't know what went through his mind there, but still, that's the good thing with the set system. But this is what I was talking about now. He's built up a very good lead, but now you've got to close out the match, and this is where it starts to take a little bit more challenge on your mental ability.
I was going to say easier said than done, Chris.
Oh, absolutely.
Easier said than done.
We're sat here, oh, why have you done that? Why did you shoot a 6? It's easy for us to sit here.
I've described this to friends of mine back in the United States. It's like that first tee in golf where you go up there and you have to take the first shot. You're at the clubhouse and there may be just a handful of people around, but they're watching you.
Oh, yeah.
There's about 3,000 people who are watching here in Paris, and Lord knows how many people are watching around the world right now on the internet. The lights are on, the cameras are on, you're out there all by yourself.
Like you see, everyone there has seen you put in a 6.
Yes. And there are the water cannons.
Yes, thanks for they're not turned on.
Yes.
9.
Lee Seungyun trying to turn it on right now in the 5th set.
So Dai's got to be careful here because Lee is certainly settling down. That's lovely. That is the way to do it.
Taking great care with that first shot.
Again low.
The 18-year-old Korean, who was 9-2 in match play this year, came in averaging about 9.5 points per shot. And there's another 10 for Dai Xiaoxang.
Outstanding shooting. Outstanding. So Lee definitely is a 10.
And they may have sealed his fate right there.
And he knows it, look, he's very disappointed with that. Oh, yes.
And it's over. Dai Xiaoxang with a 9 and then a high 5.
Through to the final.
So Dai Xiaoxang.
Very pleased with that, and he should be. That was excellent shooting. Really kept it together. Bar the 6, let's ignore that one. But that's a classic way of how the set system is. You can regroup, and it's impressive with these young gentlemen that they can really bring together their composure to bring together what is a technical technique and to bring out those scores, which you definitely have to do. Lee, I was very impressed with there because he had a nightmare of a start. I mean, he would have been on the practice range just behind us. He would have been shooting 10s. He would have been very happy with himself. He would have come on here and then suddenly, boof, for 7. Well, what happened there? And then the next one's an 8, and then you think, oh gosh, and the match is running away with you.
Mind starts to race.
Completely. So I was really